I want to tell you guys some details about how herbicides work and why I'm not super concerned about the fact that I treat my yard and I have dogs and I have young kids. A lot of it has to do with modes of action, but I'm going to essentially give you guys the information that I found from the University of Nebraska Lincoln's website. They've got an awesome site that just explains how herbicides work. And so that's where I actually learned the information. I had treated yards for a long time. I knew there were different modes of action. You need to switch up your modes of action so that you can avoid resistance and essentially avoid, a super virus or a super pathogen, because you don't want to kill off the populations you can kill and leave only the ones you can't kill, because now you have an uncontrollable population. And so, we've always kind of done the basics, but I never understood exactly how they worked. And so I did some research, and here's what I found. So I actually did the research 7 or 8 years ago, but basically what it says is that the ways that herbicides work are through lipid synthesis inhibition, amino acid synthesis inhibition, seedling growth inhibition, growth regulators, photosynthesis inhibition, cell membrane disruption, pigment inhibition, and sometimes there's unclassified or unknown modes of action. Typically, we don't have a whole lot of unknown modes of action, and if we do, they're not products. I know more medicines that are approved for human consumption, like Lyrica, that's got an unknown mode of action than I do of herbicides. But let's dive in a little deeper. I just read to you that some of these are going to be inhibiting lipid production, others are going to be inhibiting amino acid production, and those are probably the two most popular modes of action we're going to use. Why does that not concern me? Well, because plants and humans are using different amino acids. So am I worried about humans not producing the same amino acids as plants? No, because we produce different amino acids. So if we're going to inhibit the ones that plants produce, as long as it doesn't have the side effect of inhibiting the ones we produce, I see no issue there. That's amino acids, but what about lipids? Well, lipids also have very different structure from animals to humans. So if we're going to inhibit certain lipid production, there's a good chance it's not the same lipids that we're producing, and if they are, they're structured differently. I know everybody's had basic biology if you've been through the American education system. And in basic biology, the main thing you should have taken away is that a plant cell and an animal cell are not the same. And that's the same reason why I'm not concerned about herbicides causing issues with humans. I would be much more concerned, if anything, about the insecticides that we use, because they're going to be much more closely designed to cause issues with human-related systems. So knowing all that, I'd feel safer putting products out in my yard than I do taking too much aspirin. I hope that can give everybody some peace of mind that lawn treatments are not killing people and they're not killing the environment.